guys, it's Dr. Moon. I am so excited that we're going to spend the year together learning about science.
Okay, so the human body contains more than 60 organs organized into 11 organ systems. Um, I would like to know how many you can name. In fact, you've got one of your first assignments is figuring out how many organ systems you can name, but let's go ahead and review them. These are not in the order that we're going to cover them. Okay. The skeletal system. Most people realize we have a skeletal system. So the skeletal system, obviously made up of our bones, but also our cartilage, and some of our connective tissue. It provides support and protection. It gives us shape, and it also enables us to move. If it wasn't for the fact that our muscles are attached to our bones, we wouldn't be able to walk. We wouldn't be able to sit upright. Okay. The nervous system. The nervous system includes your brain, your spinal cord, and all of your neurons. This is basically, we like to think of it as the control center of our body. So we're going to learn a lot about the nervous system. We're going to learn how our brain communicates with the different parts of our body and how the rest of our parts of our body relate back to the nervous system. So not only are we going to talk about the brain, spinal cord, and the nerves, this is also when we're going to talk about the senses. The circulatory system, also sometimes called the cardiovascular system. This is going to be made up of the heart and all of your blood vessels and also your blood. Um, most people are aware that they have a circulatory system. They're not quite sure why they have a circulatory system. So basically, your circulatory system, we're going to be covering this in our second semester. This is how you're going to transport nutrients around your body. So you're going to eat food, but then your digestive system will break that food down, and you've got to get those nutrients to all of the different cells in your body. It's going to happen through the circulatory system. This is also how you transport oxygen, the oxygen that you breathe through your respiratory system. This is how the oxygen gets around, and how you remove carbon dioxide from your body. It happens through the circulatory system. Okay, so the respiratory system, obviously, it contains your lungs, but it also contains your sinuses, your diaphragm, your trachea, and other things as well. So the respiratory system, a really fun system to explore. The primary purpose of the respiratory system is to bring the oxygen into your body so that it can be transported through the circulatory system to all of your cells, and how you remove carbon dioxide from your body. So the digestive system. The digestive system is how you're going to break down and to digest your food, but then also how you absorb the nutrients of that food that you eat and pass it to your circulatory system. So hopefully you're starting to get the idea that your organ systems, they don't act in isolation. They act with each other. They're all related. So, major organs of the digestive system: your mouth, your esophagus, your stomach, your small and large intestines, your liver, your gallbladder. We're even going to throw the pancreas in. So that's a fun unit to study. The muscular system. So obviously, when we talk about the muscles, most of us think of our skeletal muscles, which are the muscles that are associated with our bones that allow us to move. You actually have other types of muscle. You've got cardiac muscle in your heart. You have smooth muscle inside your body organs and your blood vessels. So we're going to talk about all of those muscles and how they function when we study the muscular system. The integumentary system. When I teach this class live online, I try to see how many systems my students can come up with on the fly. And most students leave this one out because I don't know, I actually don't know when this was included as one of the body systems. I think it took a long time for science to recognize that this was a system on its own, that skin is an organ, but it is. Okay, so this is actually going to be the first organ system that we cover. We're going to learn about our skin and our hair and our nails and how these things grow and how we get a tan and all of these sorts of things. So this is going to be your the first system that we're going to cover. The lymphatic system. This is another system most people don't recognize is a system. So this lymphatic system is really important in your body for fluid balance. It also is what includes your immune system. So if you have ever gotten sick, which I know you have, and you've recovered, the reason that you've done that is because you have an immune system. And so we're going to learn all about that. I'm pretty excited about that one. It just that I just get extra geeky about the lymphatic system. The urinary system, that's actually a system, okay? So this is the system that includes your kidney, your bladder, your urethra, and your ureters. This is an often overlooked system, but it's so, so important. I'm really excited to share with you the urinary system because the kidneys are so important for maximum health, and I really feel like most people don't really know what they're there for, what the purpose of urine is. And so I'm just excited to teach that one to you. The endocrine system, this is the system, it includes many glands that are spread out all throughout your body. And they are in charge of secreting hormones. So hormones are these little chemical messengers that are released into the bloodstream, and then they travel through the blood from one part of the body to the other. So this is one way that your body has of one part of your body talking to another part of your body. Really, really important, a fun unit. Can't wait to talk about it. Our final unit of the year is going to be the reproductive system. This is when we're going to talk about the male and female reproductive system. So we're going to talk about the different organs, but we're also going to talk about how new life is created. We're going to talk about conception, how that takes place. We're also going to talk about growth and development. So once a baby is conceived, how does it develop within the mother's womb? How does birth take place? And then how does the baby, develop in those few formative years? So lots of fun.